Gojo wasn't sealed during the Shibuya Arc. Would the curses face complete annihilation in his presence, or would they find a way to counter his power? Well, the biggest change will be that Nanami, Nobara, and Yaga would still be alive. But before that, let's find out how the scenario will even become reality. The main reason Gojo got captured was because he was trapped in between civilians, and he was shocked at the sight of Geto, who was now possessed by Kenjaku. This foolproof plan from Kenjaku ensured that Gojo wouldn't meaninglessly kill any of the civilians and would not react as fast or as efficiently. And this is exactly what happened, as Gojo didn't use any of his strongest moves like blue, red, and purple. He even had to reduce the intensity of his domain expansion to a mere 0.2 seconds just so he wouldn't deal any life-threatening damage to the civilians. However, the civilians still went unconscious due to the information overload from the Unlimited Void. Gojo kept his rule unbroken throughout the brawl and didn't kill a single civilian. Ultimately, this is what also led to him being sealed. Now, what if Gojo broke this rule and gave his own victory the priority? Well, starting off with this battle against Jogo, Hanami, and Choso, once he gets trapped and starts noticing that the special grade curses are using the civilians to their advantage, he will simply flip the switch and become negligent about the civilians around him, indulging in broad-ranged attacks that will be fatal for the curses and of course the civilians as well. Hanami will be the first one to be taken care of. Following her, Gojo will go in for Jogo. Their fight will last some time before Mahito arrives at the station with his transfigured human. What do you think Gojo's reaction will be to his arrival this time? Just like in the original timeline, the transfigured humans will start wreaking havoc among the civilians, but because this time Gojo had already made up his mind to take care of all the special grade curses right then and there, he will unhesitantly deploy his domain expansion, regardless of what will happen to the civilians. He will keep his domain expansion done until he takes care of all the curses and transfigured humans nearby. So you may be wondering, won't Jogo and Mahito also try to deploy their domain expansions? Well, yes they will. But because Gojo's domain is inherently stronger than both Jogo and Mahito's, their domains will be overwhelmed. Hence, they will also be trapped in the Unlimited Void along with Choso. Waiting to process the infinite information transported in their brains, the endless flow of information and stimuli will render them paralyzed. The three of them trapped are now left to their fate in Gojo's hands. Conversely, what will Gojo do in this situation? He will start massacring the transfigured humans, starting off with the transfigured humans and then walking on the Jogo. This is where Jogo's life will come to an end. He won't be able to survive Gojo's domain the second time. Mahito will still be frozen. Seeing as everyone is getting erased by Gojo in front of him and he can't do anything to stop the strongest Jujutsu sorcerer of their time. Now, here's the real dilemma. After taking care of all the special grade curses from Anami to Jogo and now Mahito and even Choso, while also sacrificing a lot of people in this slaughter, Gojo will certainly be a little mentally tired. And just then, Geto will make an appearance. How will he react to his appearance? Well, seeing his long-lost friend appear in front of him at the very crucial moment when he just broke the one important rule that differentiated his and Geto's ideology, Gojo's mind will now start running like crazy. From here on, the scenario could proceed in two different ways. What do you think these will be? Well, you probably guessed them right. The first one will be Gojo again getting trapped in the prison realm. He will be more lost in his thoughts, while the other one, and the one we're going to follow in our twist of the story, is that Gojo will deduce within a short amount of time that the Geto present in front of him isn't his long-lost friend. He won't exactly know who he is, but he will refuse to believe it's actually Geto and step out of the prison realm's range. After drawing this conclusion, what will happen next? Kenjaku, currently Geto, will notice his foolproof plan tearing apart right before his very eyes. He didn't expect Gojo to break his rule and kill innocent civilians, which shocked him. He himself knows that he can't handle Gojo, as the only plans he had for him were to either seal him or alternatively let Sukuna deal with him. But because none of these contingency plans will work out at this moment, he will draft his escape plan and try to fool Gojo into giving him a chance to retreat. What can Kenjaku do in this position? Will he be killed off just like the rest of the curses, or does he have a foolproof plan to escape from this situation? As per my knowledge, I think Dagon, the last special grade curse, was present nearby. Kenjaku will call for him to help him out, while he himself will also use one of his most powerful techniques, Maximum Uzumaki, to blast a huge amount of cursed energy. Both Dagon and another special grade curse spirit, Kenjaku, which will most likely be Ganesha, will act as distractions while Geto himself will escape in the meantime. So what would happen next? After putting some thought into it, I think these are the two scenarios that could develop from here. Starting off, as in this situation, Gojo is already kind of exhausted. Dagon and Ganesha will double team him with the help of multiple other weaker summoned curse spirits. The fight will be more troublesome. Ganesha will use his obstacle removal technique, and Gojo will be caught off guard, and as intended, Kenjaku will use this opportunity to flee from the situation. Is Gojo just going to stand there and take the beating? Not really. He will soon use reverse curse technique to regain his cursed energy, and from then on it will be a one-sided battle. Both Dagon and Ganesha will be obliterated by Gojo, and once he notices Kenjaku escaping, he will swiftly handle both of them in an instant and rush after him. But to his surprise, Kenjaku will be fast enough to disappear from his vicinity. Now, what will be Kenjaku's plan after this? All his fellow special grade curses are dead and his plans will now be in ruins. Considering that he won't have any strong forces left with him to even instigate the Culling Games or fully revive Sukuna, the most obvious choice will be to simply go into hiding for another 100 years and bear cursed wounds, or alternatively cultivate cursed spirits to such a level that this time there won't be anyone to stop him. So what will happen to our main squad? With Gojo still being alive and having taken care of Jogo, Mahito, Dagon, and Choso, Nanami and Nobara won't have to face any consequences and die. Additionally, Yaga, who won't be executed by the higher-ups because Gojo is still present. Even Maki and Mai won't have to take matters about the Zenin clan into their own hands. Gojo will massacre the Zenin clan in retribution for what they did to Maki and Mai, but this also means Maki won't get her transformation. The Culling Games won't happen, thus there won't be any sorcerers from different ages present in this timeline. Everyone will mostly still be alive and well. Moving forward, the only issue left is about Yuji and Sukuna. Will Yuji still be executed? Well, if the higher-ups even tried to say anything about Yuji, Gojo would simply annihilate them. But all of them will stay quiet and let Gojo handle the situation, seeing as they are too afraid to piss him off. Time will pass and Sukuna will surely revive in Yuji's body, and the final battle will take place between Sukuna and Yuji's body and Gojo. Now, if you're wondering what would happen if Sukuna fought Gojo in Yuji's body, you're in luck, as I already have made another video on this exciting what if. Check it out over here. Nevertheless, from here on, the fate of Jujutsu World will be left in the hands of future generations, as by this time, all the current sorcerers would have lived their lives to the fullest and passed on. This will be either a dark or heroic outcome for the Jujutsu World, depending on the generations to come. But what about the other scenario? Well, the last and the least probable scenario, seeing as Gojo is currently bloodlusted, he will use the reverse curse technique to recover from any injury. Knowing that he has Limitless with the 6 eyes, he will still have enough curse technique to deploy another domain expansion, entrapping Dagon, Ganesha, and even Kenjaku, who was on the run. So that's it, right? After killing off Dagon and Ganesha, Gojo will take his time with Geto. He will surely try different ways to get Geto to wake up, but they will all be irrelevant as Geto is nothing more than a corpse and Kenjaku is just possessing his body. After an unexpected turn of events, Kenjaku will face his demise at the hands of the strongest sorcerer of the current century, and the man he also considered the core dilemma of his plans. This will be a heroic outcome for Gojo, as he will single-handedly be able to take care of all of the special grade curses that were a threat to humanity, leading to a safe road without any catastrophic events like in the original timeline. The only issue left for him in this timeline will be to face Sukuna, which he will surely also succeed in taking care of, or will he? That's it for the what if theory of if Gojo wasn't sealed. But before you go, why not check out the 30 mistakes you didn't notice in One Piece? You might find them intriguing too. What are you waiting for? Click it!